Yeah, okay, yeah, we're going to be going to the heroic match. So we're not done yet. We're not done this cast. Let me just quickly set this up. Config. Heroic. Round 2. What is this game? This is... Sorry, give me one moment because I'm trying to set up quickly because they did wait for me. Heavy Hitters and Solid School. Is it round 3? Yes, perfect. Okay, perfect. And now they have the bands. So it is going to be... Sorry if I'm not being super entertaining right now. I'm just trying to set up as quickly as possible. And then it is... Heavy Hitters is blue. The Heavy Hitters, Bandaway Sky... Whoops. Bandaway Sky Temple. And BOE. Dragonshire. And Tomb. First map is another Braxis holdout. Okay, yeah, so we're going into another match. Let me just quickly update the title as we go into the NGS Heroic Heavy Hitters versus a Solid School. So I'll do my intro afterwards because we're already heading into the game. I thought they weren't going to wait for me, but I guess they did, so that works out. Yeah, just very quickly for the map picks. And the map was selected by Heavy Hitters. Let me just add that as well. So the two bands going to be coming through are Sky Temple and Battlefield of Eternity for Heavy Hitters. And for a Solid School, Dragonshire and Tomb of the Spider Queen. Now, this is a heroic game. So if you look over at the standings, I'm just trying to rush through this. Do not care too much about the quality of this. But looking over at the standings, a Solid School has been performing extremely well, already at 11 points. Heavy Hitters is near the bottom of Heroic, so it's definitely going to be a bit of a struggle for them. They are at 4 points, but that was due to meme makers withdrawing. So every team has gotten that 4 extra points. So now with that, both teams say they are ready. And ready they are as we do head into Brax's holdout. All right, and it is an outpost. That's always good to see. And yeah, so now the draft has begun. Sorry, I think I've gotten everything that I need to. If not, let me know if I forgot something. But gonna get straight into draft mode. Medivh gonna be the first band coming out of a Solid School. And heroic drafts are typically a little bit different, and a Solid School, so far at least, has looked like an incredibly powerful team. I've cast a couple of their games, and it's been a ton of fun doing that. Now, Dahaka going to be the first band coming out from Heavy Hitters, and the Cho'Gall band from a Solid School. I don't know if that was a genuine ban, an accidental click, etc., but Cho'Gall is now going to be within the pick and ban, so... So that's going to be a pretty big hero that... I've still never cast a Cho'Gall game. I could not tell you a single one of their ability names. But hopefully one day. I think last season wasn't picked at all throughout the entire season across every div. Now Diablo going to be banned as the final ban for Heavy Hitters. And Oriel immediately picked up by the Cure. And I've seen the Cure play Oriel. Oriel is incredibly powerful. The amount of healing that can come out of that hero, especially once they start scaling into the late game, is insane. It is going to be slightly nerfed next patch. The non-hero energy regen is going to go down from 50% to 40%. And for frame of reference, before the original buff, it was going from 20 to 40. Or 20 to 50. So still going to be more powerful than Oriel was before the buff. But definitely going to be a little bit weaker. Now Garrosh for Tezopaco and Mephisto for Xanthanarium gonna get locked in here. So that's gonna be a pretty big moves for them as well. Mephisto very powerful right now as well, especially in the right hands. As Falstad and Tyrael going to get locked in. Now, I'll be honest, I still haven't really seen what Tyrael is for. And a big part of that is definitely because I don't really see it in my Storm League. No one really plays Tyrael in the Platinum division. But if Jazz is picking it, if a solid school is picking it, they have a strategy for it. And I'm wondering what it is. Because I know there is a guaranteed engage coming out of it. And I'm wondering if that's what they're going to try to build around. I trust a solid school with their picks, so if they are picking it, they know what they're doing. And now Sergeant Hammer going to get banned away by Heavy Hitters, and Bright Wing to follow for a solid school. The next hit is going to be Heavy Hitters, picking up 2 more heroes. They still need their offlane, probably another DPS, and their healer. What are they going to leave for last pick? It is Brax's holdout, so it could be good to leave the offlaner here. And that's one of the fun things about Brax's holdout. If you pick this map, picking second's actually better in a lot of ways because you get that final counter. But they're actually going to leave healer till last. They pick up the Junkrat for Big Bird Blows and Sonya for Ape Monkey. So it's going to be Sonya into Leoric for hero, and Mundane Zebra going to be playing the Vala. So it's going to be Leoric versus Sonya in the offlane, and it is Brax's holdout. So it's one of those maps where, like, you need to win your lanes. Winning lane basically wins you the game in this map, more so than any other map in the game. That's why we commonly see stuff like Genji, like we saw in the previous series. And Ana gonna get locked in for Drunk Unicorn as the final pick, as the healer. So that's going to be very interesting. And I'm wondering if they're planning on having Sonya have the boost. Because Sonya deals a lot of damage, being the extra tanky and dealing even more DPS. It's definitely going to go a long way. But either way, it's time to get set up as we head into game number 1. Hello everyone, and welcome to game number 1 between Heavy Hitters and a solid school. Big Bird Blows trying to jump over the wall. Unfortunately, they have already checked that bug. Or not even a bug. I wonder if at any point you have been able to with that combo anyway. But they are setting 2 members straight top, Hero and Azuriel. And I wonder if they want to fight back against Ape Monkey. That could be an interesting play.
2, 1.
Now, all 4 of the members are going to start going down for Heavy Hitters. They do have 4-on-3 over in the spot side. Or the 1v2 in the top sides where it's really going to get difficult. Now they're throwing out the grenades. They haven't spotted out the Falstad. They don't know that it is the 2v1 over in the top side quite yet, though they may suspect it. Because not seeing Falstad by this point definitely means quite a bit. But now Azuriel is going to be there, and it is Frequent Fly. But now they're able to throw Jazz into the backline and just burst them out. Jazz going to be the first one to go down. Now the trade going to blow up, going to clear the wave. But that's still first blood for Heavy Hitters, and that's a really big move for them. Now Hero and Azuriel, they're going to start pushing out over on this top side. Drain Hope used by Hero just to keep Ape Monkey kind of pushed further away. As Mundane Zebra is in a bad spot. Groundbreaker going to land. Now they're able to throw Mundane Zebra back and a couple more hits, and that's going to be a second kill for Heavy Hitters. 2-0 for them right now. And that's a very solid start into the against the number 2 team in the league. Now Jazz, once again, gonna get poked out a little bit. And the Skull Missile going to land. Same with the Sleeping Dart, and they're able to throw back Jazz. But Jazz is a tank. The Cure going to be healing Jazz back up. But that's still a lot of damage going over. It is going to be the 2v1 in the top, but Ape Monkey able to get the kill anyway. Azuriel still alive and still going to continue pressing forward. And they have gone a good chunk of this wall. That's definitely in their benefit right now. But now they have the Sleeping Dart onto Jazz. Jazz gets hit by the Skull, but no further follow-up. But now the Groundbreaker going to land onto 2. Jazz taken down quite low, but Mundane Zebra going to get thrown to the back, but no Groundbreaker to follow. They have the extra DPS. Lightning Nova over top. One more auto will do it. But Mundane Zebra are able to back away this time. The Cure has the extra heal coming out just in time for it. But this Ford is starting to take DPS. Hero and Azuriel, they're doing a great job winning out on this top side. And since they have the top beacon, this 3v4 is benefiting the 3 because their 2v1 is winning harder. And Ape Monkey still DPSing on a hero. In fact, they brought over Big Bird Blows. And just one more hit is needed on a hero, and they will be able to get it. Now Azuriel trading back on a Big Bird Blows. And Azuriel actually trading really well. But now it's 3v3 over the backside. Mundane Zebra takes a decent amount of poke, but will be able to back away. It is Creed of the Hunter, by the way, so it is the auto attack build coming out from the Vala. But now Jazz tries to take the beacon back, but Ape Monkey also in a bad spot. One more auto will get traded back. So that's going to be another kill, except this time in favor of a Solid School. But now Jazz and Mundane Zebra both getting poked down quite hard. Xanthanaeum going to get poked back by Mundane Zebra. And this is just constant brawling. And that's why Braxis is the best map, by the way. This is objective. Now they do have the stun onto Mundane Zebra. No follow-up. Sleeping Dart does land. Skull Missile just going to get utilized for another stack. 13 stacks currently. But the top lane fort is getting taken down by Hero and Azuriel. And it's just going to be gone. The top fort is already gone. But now it's the 3v3 fight down here. Tezopako looking for the play. But Drunk Unicorn going to get taken down by Mundane Zebra. And now Tezopako in a bad spot. Will have to back away. And they should be able to take back both of these beacons. Big Bird Blows is trying to trade back with a concussion mine. Big Bird Blows actually gets thrown back the other way, and Hero will be able to get that kill. So another kill traded back for a Solid School. And what started off as pretty big moves for heavy hitters, Solid School has been able to bring it back with an extra fort, and they have control of the beacons. And the snowball could very well be starting here. Level 7 is very close for a Solid School. They haven't been able to hit it quite yet. With this siege camp, maybe that'll be enough. But Tezopako is still holding on to this beacon. So until the Zerg spawn, there's not going to be too much pressure. And in fact, with the Zerg spawning, there's not going to be that much pressure at all. Because they do have this top lane fort already gone. So they have a little bit of extra space to fight. But now Mundane Zebra, it does get thrown in the back, but will get healed back up just before the anti-heal comes out. Ape Monkey also going to be taking out the Bruiser camp as the siege camp is finished off. And now the fight over onto this beacon is coming through. Xanthanaeum trying to walk forward, but it's difficult. Skull Missile's already at 26 stacks. Once the 40 comes out, that's when the power really comes through. Xanthanaeum just Lightning Nova over into the backline, but they're able to throw Mundane Zebra back, but the Cure able to heal it back up. Skull Missile is still dealing damage, but the healing is too strong by the Cure. And the shielding from from Jazz, and that's what it's for. Okay, I've been wondering how you're supposed to play this Hero, and that's not how I've been seeing it before. Now Hero in a bad spot, gotta get taken down. Azuriel also comes in and also gonna get traded back. So 2 for nothing for heavy hitters, as they're able to prevent their Bruiser camp from getting stolen. But it is 100% Zerg coming from the top side. There is no fort here, so they shouldn't lose too much from it. Now Ape Monkey gonna try clearing it away with Tezopako and Big Bird Blows. Now Hero gets thrown into the backline, Gunna gets left. Little bit of DPS going back and forth. Drain Hope will help them survive a little bit, as Ape Monkey just trying to spin inside of the Zerg. But now Hero gets knocked backwards. A couple more autos. They have the trap and will be spinning. But now Azuriel's over here trying to trade back. Hero will need one more auto and will get taken down. Ape Monkey not going to land the Ancient Spear. And now Big Bird Blows is also low. Azuriel is here. Will try to mount, but won't be able to get away. Or will they? But with the Zerg will be able to get the final hit. And that's going to be an extra kill. And there's still a lot of Zerg to push up top. And Hero's going to respawn in 1 second. There's a bit of fighting happening over the bot side in the meanwhile, though, as the Cure may be getting hit backwards. But no aggressive plays coming out here. 1 full level lead. And the Zerg, they're still pushing Azuriel and Hero. They've taken out the top lane wall. Ape Monkey going to be here for the defense. But not enough range from Ape Monkey to take down the Zerg. So while they can clear all the minions, they cannot clear all of these Guardians. They are going to get finished off now, but Hero got to get thrown into the backline. Tezopako also here, waiting for the play. And with the Gust, Hero will be saved. But that's so much value. And once again, they had to bring 3 players up there. So now can they get any kind of push down here? Skull Missile going to land. 38 stacks now, just 2 more stacks, and Xanthanaeum is going to be power spiking. But now Mundane Zebra gets thrown into the backline, going to get stunned up, but no follow-up. They have the Detainment Strike. But Rain of Vengeance is here, level 10s. But now Skull Missile dealing so much damage. Money Zebra, one more auto. Ape Monkey, can you do it? Yes! We'll be able to get it with the Seismic Shove. And now level 10s have been hit by heavy hitters. As over on the top side, Hero dies again. But they have the sleep onto Jazz. And we'll be able to throw Jazz right back with the Groundbreaker. A little bit of extra slows. No kill, but down to 1/3 HP. And over the top, they're able to take down the Falstad as well. Big Bird blows an Ape Monkey, starting to win out this 2v2 in the quote-unquote offlane at this point. And what an action-filled match. 15 kills in 7 minutes. And now they're going to work on the invade. They're trying to take this siege camp back. Heavy hitters, they are playing extremely well right now. Now Tezupaco able to throw back. But with the Crystal Aegis, they will be okay for now. But now the Durance of Hate lands on a 3, but the invulnerability is coming out. They have the Sanctification. Tezupaco going to go down first, but still so much Skull Missile damage. Jazz is starting to get so low. Everyone's so low. Just a couple more autos and Jazz will follow. And that's going to be 2 kills going in favor of heavy hitters. So it's 2 for 1. And the siege camp was taken by heavy hitters as well. I completely lost track. Big Bird blows, actually jumps in, but is going to get stunned back up. And Mundane Zebra going to get traded back. So it's a 1 for 1. But that is going to make the defense a lot harder. As they're able to push, Xanthanam going to cancel Azuriel's reset. The Hearth not going to complete. And with that, they should be able to get just a little bit more poke onto this fort. In fact, Azuriel not resetting at all. Still holding onto the shield, but now Hero's here. Has the Entomb available, and Drunk Unicorn is going to get stuck into it. Durance of Hate not going to land, unfortunately. And now Azuriel is in a bad spot. Will get traded back, but now Xanthanarium might be in an even worse spot, trying to run back to Tezupaco. Tezupaco with the into the fray will be able to keep Xanthanarium alive, but do they trade back? Jazz is still here, just scouting forward. And Jazz actually here to start contesting over onto this bot lane. Now this bot lane beacon is going to be going over towards the heavy hitters for now, but the top side currently in favor of a solid school. The Bruiser Camp gonna get finished off. The Kieran Mundane Zebra able to take that with the entire team. And Pelleter Hots, you've joined a very interesting map as level 13 is about to get hit by both sides. Hero trying to walk forward onto this bot lane beacon, but there's the siege camp shoving out the bot side, so it's hard for the rest of the team to join them. Hero slowly trading on to Tezupaco and actually winning the trade. Ape Monkey is going to get slowed, but the Entomb now comes out. Jazz is here as well, but the Riptire from behind going to deal so much damage. And now Hero jumps into the backline, but it's kind of away. The leap lands onto Mundane Zebra, and Mundane Zebra going to get finished off. Sanctification not going to be able to save them. Hero gets knocked backwards with the extra little bit of concussion mine. But Azuriel is now here with the auto attack build already at 16 stacks. They're able to get the stun onto Tezupaco. Tezupaco taking a lot of damage, but they're not able to finish it as Jazz gets hit by the Groundbreaker. But the Crystal Aegis is in time, but Hero gets finished off instead. So it's another 2 for nothing in favor of heavy hitters, as Ape Monkey able to get the beacon over the top side. And this game is just absolute chaos. 24 kills at 10 minutes. But now Big Bird blows is stuck, so make that 25. And they're also able to get Jazz, and that's 26. Sorry, the Cure is going to get hit there. Now Jazz is getting quite low as well as Xanthanarium is getting hit into the wall. Tezupaco looking for an aggressive play, but now Hero has respawned in the backline with the Entomb on a Drunk Unicorn. And they're going to be able to take down Drunk Unicorn. Xanthanarium also not a good spot. Will be missing the Durance of Hate. And now Tezupaco, the final survivor here, will get finished off as well. But the Zerg has already gone. Look at the amount of Zerg pushing out on the top side. That fort is not going to survive for too long. But can Ape Monkey save this one? It's only the one Zerg and Mundane Zebra, but there's no one else left on the map. So it is going to be a fort for fort trade. Top fort is gone. Bottom fort is still alive. But now Leap has been utilized. Jazz still alive. Mundane Zebra going to get hit by the Ancient Spear. Spin a win from Ape Monkey. But the Cure is coming back here. Has the Crystal Aegis if they do need it. And Mundane Zebra still looking to play aggressively, just autoing onto Big Bird blows. So it is going to be ult for nothing coming out from Ape Monkey. But they're able to defend it. The wall doesn't take too much damage. However, the wall is taking more on the top side. So Assault School still definitely loses out a little bit on the Zerg push, despite getting that 4 for nothing play. Whew. But now the play's over, and now both teams are resetting. Tezupaco already positioning aggressively. Tezupaco starting to walk forward. There's this siege camp. They won it once again, but they're seeing they might have an angle to get them from behind. Jazz, the Cure, and Mundane Zebra, they're walking forward, but now Tezupaco is in the back line, and the Cure gonna use the Detainment Strike, but will throw them back, and the Earth Shatter. But now they do have the Crystal Aegis. Do they have any follow-up? Tezopaco starting to get low, but the Durance of Hate able to get on a 2. And Jazz and the Cure going to both get taken down. Xanthanarium not going to be in range of that passive trait. So that will be another 2 for nothing for Heavy Hitters. Groundbreaker not going to land on a Mundane Zebra. This Mundane Zebra is so fast. Now Skull Missile also trying to get utilized. Groundbreaker not going to be needed because they have the Wrecking Ball. As Mundane Zebra is also going to get taken down. 20-12 is the scoreline right now in favor of Heavy Hitters. 32 kills in 12 minutes. I kind of want to know what the record was in the NGS because this is definitely starting to go quite up there. But now Zuriel's pushing onto this keep. We'll have to back away. Ape Monkey could definitely threaten onto this Falstad. And as Big Bird Blows is up here as well just to push this away. Tezopaco going to be starting onto the Bruiser camp? Nope, not quite yet. Just holding onto the bush, making sure that they're not getting flanked from the side. As Xanthanarium, Big Bird Blows, and Drunk Unicorn are going to take it. Just the 3 of them. Now the bot lane is going to start getting matched from Assault School. They're going to start pushing that away and trying to get a little bit of extra pressure coming out. And the buildings are actually tied with a slight boost towards a Solid School. It's so hard to tell the state of this game just because both teams are playing so aggressively. Now the Siege camp also going to get taken down, so every camp going to be getting finished off by both these two teams. Bruiser camp also going to follow for a Solid School. And now the beacons are activating. Hero going to get spotted, but not going to get hit by the Wrecking Ball. Was in the Unstoppable, and now Jazz gets taken down to half HP. That's a pretty solid poke just to start things off. As they are trying to clear away this bot side wave. They have all 5 members on the side of Heavy Hitters here. But it's 2 top and 3 in the bot side for a Solid School. Drunk Unicorn actually going to be the one trying to push this away. It's Tezopaco positioning very aggressively, very far up. Now they see Jazz. Tezopaco may look for the play, but the Sleeping Dart not going to land. Now Tezopaco sees Azuriel, but they're going to get scouted with the Hammerang. And there's so much happening across both sides of this map. This is probably the slowest we've had the game since it began. But now Xanthanarium looking for the play, not going to land onto Mundane Zebra. They have the beacon over in the bot side, but they're definitely going to struggle a little bit when it comes to sieging. They don't have too much poke damage. Xanthanarium on the Mephisto doesn't really want to be using the abilities onto structures. But now Mundane Zebra is just walking forward, able to deal a decent amount of poke onto Big Bird Blows. And Heavy Hitters, they have to start doing something because right now their top lane's getting shoved in. Ape Monkey going to be hearthing right now, but it's still a 2-for-1. Big Bird Blows also going to follow. But they're already on to the keep. So the damage is already being done. Hero and Azuriel is here. Hero's going to get stunned up. Going to get hit by a couple grenades. Actually, no, not going to be able to. But now the leap is going to get utilized. But the Gus traded back. Concussion Mine, not enough damage for it. But now Tezopaco looking to come in from behind. The Taman Strike going to prevent this play as well. But Tezopaco still walking forward. They're looking for the play. They have the Skull Missile. It's onto the Cure. But Azuriel's here too. So it's 4v3. Now Tezopaco able to throw Mundane Zebra into the backline. But Tezopaco's in a bad spot. And will be getting caught up. But the Durance of Hate does land onto the Cure. And so much damage coming out onto this healer. Crystal Aegis does come through. Hero's at 300 HP, but will still be strong enough to take down Tezopaco. Now Xanthanarium trying to run away. Mundane Zebra starting to play aggressively, but will get hit by the Lightning Nova and the Skull Missile. Jazz takes a little bit of poke as well as Azuriel once again trying to keep that all. But the Riptire going to land onto a Hero, but not enough damage for the kill. And now Big Bird Blows is on the wrong side and will fake the jump actually. But they are still in a good position. Xanthanarium trying to walk up. Sleeping Dart not going to land. But now Big Bird Blows. I'm sorry, but you're just stuck here. You're going down. Big Bird Blows going to get finished off. And the beacon will get taken back by Hero. So both beacons for the side of a Solid School. 20-14. And they're on the Archangel. They're taking out the boss of Brax's holdout. And they should be able to secure this for themselves pretty easily. They had the HP advantage. They had the 5v3 on the map. And that's going to be a pretty major push for them. Now, the bot side beacon actually not even going to be taken back. So this should be full Zerg with the boss. However, the boss and the Zerg are going to be on opposite sides of the map. So potentially, the blue Zerg is actually going to be able to intercept the boss a little bit and help delay. But they're still going to be pushed in from top. And I think this keep is definitely gone. They just do not have the wave clear for it. Now, Xanthanarium looking for a little bit of poke onto Jazz. And it's just going to be the Archangel boss shoving out in the bot lane. And they're sending in the entire team just to deal with it. But now Big Bird Blows is grouping up towards the top side. And I think that's where they need to start focusing a little bit. Because this wave could be game threatening. Concussion Mine going to knock Hero backwards a little bit, but it's just going to give a little bit of poke. Now they've finished off the Archangel, and now they're bringing their entire roster up here. Riptire gonna get utilized, and with that, they should be able to take down a good chunk of this Zerg. Now Ape Monkey just spinning on top of it, and they're trying to clear it out, but it's so difficult for them as Hero throws out the Entomb. But now Hero's going to get thrown into the backline, but with the Wraith Walk, will be able to back away, but doesn't have any more damage or any more health to play aggressively. Meanwhile, on this boss side, they have finished off the wall, but doesn't seem like they can continue pushing with it. Good defense from Heavy Hitterz so far. Very well balanced to kind of prevent both sides. This Mundane Zebra almost gets burst out. But now the top side Heroes once again playing aggressively, but will get taken down by the core as the final Zerg will get taken down as well. Just a little bit of damage will land onto the core. Just about 10%. No more though. Oh, 11%. I lied. But that's something they can definitely survive with. That's something they can definitely continue playing with. Now Big Bird Blow is going to start clearing away this siege camp as well. And just like that, they will have that in their favor. But the Bruiser camp is getting taken. However, Heavy Hitterz could try to play for it, but Windwall actually going to utilize by Azuriel just to secure the Bruiser camp. Now they're not going to have that cooldown for the next play, but there's really nothing to play for right now. On the side of Assault School, all they have to do is play slow. Their top side will naturally push in itself. There's no beacons, there's no boss, so they can afford to use those ultimates in that way instead. But now they are going to start taking the Bruiser camp on the side of Heavy Hitterz. Xanthanaeum going to deal a little bit of extra poke damage with it, so that will help their top side push back. However, the Bruiser camp from Assault School already pushing in bot lane. The Cure, Jazz, and Mundane Zebra, they were walking with it, but decided to reset for now. But Tezopaco looking for the play. And it's crazy to think that we had 32 kills in 10 minutes, and now we're 35 at 20. The game has definitely slowed down a lot, but the Entomb has come through onto Tezopaco. But Azuriel just barely going to dodge the Groundbreaker. And that play did not work for Heavy Hitterz, but now there's 3 players pushing out over in the spot side. Now Big Bird Blow is already trying to walk up to prevent this answer from happening. And this macro play is really entertaining to watch because they're both just kind of doing the tug of war in terms of map positioning. They know when they have an advantage, they start pressuring on the other side immediately if they know that they're going to be in a bad spot. Now the beacons are spawning in 10 seconds, and it looks like topside going to be activated by Assault School. Bot side going to be activated by Heavy Hitterz. But Heavy Hitterz, they want to play aggressive. They're walking forward. Jazz not going to go back to the sword, as Tezopaco is going to start taking control of the siege camp, and maybe this is where the fight happens. But Hero and Azuriel looking to end the game, so this is where the fight is going to be happening. They have the Crystal Aegis, and they're able to throw both and the leap over top as well. Mundane Zebra has used the Rain of Vengeance and is trying to keep them all alive, but the back side is going to go down. Now they are still trading the Entomb on the Big Bird Blows, but the Concussion Mine will save him for a little bit, but they're starting to get low. They need someone to reset, or else Hero and Azuriel will end the game. But now Xanthanaeum will have the damage. The wind wall not going to be enough. So they haven't lost the game, but they're still getting hit by the cannons. So it's going to get decently low. 30% left on their core. Mundane Zebra going to take control of this boss side. And Hero could even take control of the top side for a little bit. But Tezopaco is going to be there soon. And Hero definitely cannot stay too long. They're just trying to prevent this from going the way of Heavy Hitterz. But now both beacons are in favor of Heavy Hitterz. And just one push could be all they need to win the game. There's still 30 seconds before the Falstad does respawn. And the boss is available if they want to start playing for that. It is 4v2 on the map. But Tezopaco looking for Mundane Zebra, but not going to use the cooldowns quite yet, as Ape Monkey is here. Not going to land on the Aegis Spear quite yet, but the leap is going to land, and now Mundane Zebra will get taken down. And that's their number 1 DPS. Without Mundane Zebra, they are losing a lot of their damage. It is the auto attack Falstad, and late game, by the way, so 39 stacks. But is it going to be enough? Now the bottom beacon is going to start getting taken by Assault School. They're just trying to delay as long as possible. Jazz has been able to take it. Hero looking for Big Bird Blows in the meanwhile. But they're able to take the beacon back. It's going to be 100%. As the Cure in a bad spot, and this is your healer. This is not who you want to get caught out, but Crystal Aegis has been utilized. Dirts of Fate not going to land, but Tezopaco trying to throw it in the back line of the Cure is stuck. The Entomb not going to land on anyone, and Ape Monkey will get the final Ancient Spear, the final Seismic Shove, And they're going to get the kill. But Jazz and Azuriel looking at the game. Riptire going to be getting thrown out. And it's just going to push them away from the core. And now Ape Monkey's here. Leap onto the backline. But they have the Sanctification. Is this enough? Are they going to be able to survive this? Jazz is going to go down. Same with Vitriol. And now the Zerg are still pushing over this top side. And this map is just mayhem. Now they have it keep, so it's not going to go straight to their core. But they only have one player left alive. And that is Mundane Zebra. So if Heavy Hitters, they're able to join in on this, they could end the game here. And this is what I want to see out of my heroic division. This is the top tier HOTS in North America. And both these two teams are showing why they deserve to be here. But now the Zerg is already hitting. It's just Mundane Zebra staying alive. Xanthanarium trying to poke them away. And Tensabako will be able to throw them into the backline. Durant's not going to land, but it's not even needed. And after all that, Heavy Hitters win game number 1. Yeah, that was the game. Heavy Hitters. I mean, I don't know where to start because Solid School, they had the map, they had their strategy, they had their 3v5 or their 3v2 in the top side, or their 2v1 in the top side and 3v4 in the bot side. Sorry, I'm just starting to get chaotic as well. And they were able to win it out in the top side, but they were losing into the bot side. So which one mattered more? Heavy Hitters able to get the Zerg. A Solid School, they were able to get the top lane forward first. And they're just constantly trading back and forth, just pulling each other back and forth across the entire map. If anyone joined that game late, I recommend when this stream is done, when I post this on YouTube, watch the VOD. This may have been one of, if not the most entertaining games I've ever cast in my life. I don't even know what else to say about it. I'm even going to skip the sponsor segment just because I'm too excited to talk about sponsors. But still download Matchmasters. Hey, we did it. Okay, but now we're going to go on a short break because I definitely need one after that. But we're going to come back and hopefully have just as an exciting game 2 between Heavy Hitters and a Solid School. Don't go anywhere. And here we are. Game number 2 between Heavy Hitters and a Solid School. I think we can all agree that was an absolutely insane game number 1. And now we are going to Alterac Pass for game number 2. Hero immediately banning away the Mephisto. They don't want to deal with that hero for a second game in a row. And I kind of understand that. The amount of damage that was being done by Xanthanarium was very high, to say the least. Especially with that Lightning Nova explosion talent. The AoE onto the Cure, onto Jazz, onto Azuriel, just dealing so much damage. And I'm wondering if they're going to allow the Garrosh through again. Because to me, it definitely looked like Tezopako was kind of keeping the pace of that game. And yet, as I said it, the Garrosh is going to get banned away. Now, Heavy Hitters, they've banned out the Dahaka. Makes sense. Very powerful hero. Isolation, powerful ultimate. Or powerful heroic, I should say. And the final ban is going to be Diablo. So keeping Jazz off of that Diablo once again. And now first pick is there for a Solid School once again. However, the difference is this is a map where first pick could be a higher priority. For Praxis Holdout, you actually typically want second pick on that map. That's why it's so good to be the one picking it. But with that, it's going to be Hogger locked in. Interestingly enough, for Mundane Zebra. Hero typically being the one to play in the offlane, so gonna have to see if that could be a core 4 Hogger coming out here from Mundane Zebra. And Hogger is quite powerful still. Definitely did get hit by the Nerf Hammer, but once Dahaka gets hit with it yet again, I think Hogger is gonna go right back up to being one of the top offlaners alongside Blaze. But maybe we'll see some more other people getting picked. Ragnaros hasn't really been touched in a while. Artanis, especially for Hokulele. And now Oriel and Joanna going to get locked in for Drunk Unicorn and Tezopako. And that actually is interesting. Oriel was left open for Heavy Hitters this time around. Last time it was first picked by a Solid School. But Jazz and going to lock in a Nubrak. And Lucio going to get locked in for the Cure. This is going to change the draft up quite a bit. In fact, the Solid School hasn't taken a single one of the same heroes from last game. Augur very powerful in the offlane, going to be able to push in very heavily, and is also very strong at trading. And a Nubrak does make the engage a little bit easier compared to the Tyrael. Tyrael definitely has a lot of power. The Sanctification especially worked so well in some of those team fights. However, with the Wrecking Ball, it was definitely a lot harder to get full value out of it. But now in the meanwhile, Lucio gonna get locked in for the Cure, and Chocall once again banned by a Solid School. Like, are these troll bans? Surely they have to be troll bans. No one's picking Chocall, right? If I ever see one, I would be very happy to see it. But, like, I don't expect to see it. Vala is banned away from Heavy Hitters, as I was talking about the Chocall. But now the next two picks going to be coming out here. They still need their offlaner, and they still need DPS. And speaking of Ragnaros, Ragnaros is going to get locked in here. The Cassia pick, however, is interesting because I don't think there's anyone on a Solid School who's particularly affected by the blind. Lucio should be able to dodge it as well. But I think with the Joanna having the shield glare, it does make Cassia a lot more powerful with that bonus damage from the trait. Now, final two picks gonna be coming in here, and it's gonna be Hanzo for Azuriel and Sonya for Hero. So it is kind of pointing towards this Hogger being part of the core 4. I think I have seen Mundane Zebra play that before as part of the core group, with Hero still playing the offlane. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards that. In theory, it could be offlane Hogger and core 4 Sonya. But I would be a little bit more surprised about that. And final pick is going to be the Medivh from Big Bird Blows. And that was banned away in game number 1, not banned away in game number 2. And that's going to be a lot of fun to keep an eye on, because the Arcane Rift, if Medivh is able to get those 40 stacks, becomes an incredibly powerful DPS ability. If you're able to prevent those 40 stacks from going forward, the Medivh becomes more of a support and less of a flex, if that makes sense. But either way, going to be an interesting draft and an interesting game as we head into game number 2. And we are back in game number 2 between Heavy Hitters and A Solid School. So far, both teams just kind of grouping all 5 members towards this mid lane. I'm sorry, but I gotta say, that was an insane game. I should also point out, in my excitement, I completely missed this, but this was Heavy Hitters' first win of the season. First map win, I should say. If they're able to win this game number 2, they can get their first domination as well, and potentially could start looking towards. But even if they don't get that, they could still win it 2-1. And now both teams are starting to group in mid lane. Scattershot already getting its first stack. Now we're waiting for these 40 Arcane Rift stacks. It becomes more powerful and a whole second cooldown less. And just to put that in perspective, it's a 7-second cooldown ability. Losing 1 second off that is very significant, as Big Bird Blows is going to get hit with the Impale. But now the stun is coming through. Big Bird Blows will be able to just dash away through the portals. And actually comes back for a little bit of an extra poke with the Arcane Rift. But now Ape Monkey already shoving out the bot side. And Tesla Paco has grouped out to the top side. So it is kind of a 1-3-1 setup right now coming out from A Solid School. And it is actually Hero playing as the DPS as well. So I guess I was wrong on that, but you know what? Can't be right all the time. Now Drunk Unicorn going to be getting poked a little bit by the Cure. And Lucio actually also going to be getting hit with the next wave of nerfs. Losing a decent bit on the talents and then having an extra second cooldown. And I believe more mana for the sound wave. But now Ape Monkey just meeting up against Hero. And the Cure is still just trying to get in the way of this Medivh. Gonna just go all the way back. Gonna tap. Or not, just turn into bird form. But either way, Drunk Unicorn and Xanthanarum, they're going to be taking their siege camp. Mundane Zebra is going to be soloing it for the side of A Solid School. But Hero and the Cure, with that, they're going to be able to get the pressure over to the bot side. Already at 12 stacks of Arcane Rift, by the way. And there's going to be a lot of stuff stacking this game. There's going to be Laws of Hope. So every single healing globe will help this Joanna become a little bit tankier. Or not exactly tankier, but more effective HP during these fights. And then it is the Lightning Fury build. So that's an infinitely stacking talent as well. Now, the siege camps are both fighting each other in the mid lane as Azuriel's kind of trying to poke it up. And now there's a little bit of fighting happening over the bot side. Ape Monkey starting to get low. But so is Hero. And actually, Big Bird Blow's gonna come through, but not going to be able to get the final hit. We'll get an extra auto, but with the armor, Hero will be okay. Now in this mid lane, the Xanthanarum and Drunk Unicorn both just kind of trying to shove out the mid lane as the first objective does spawn. Now the Cure is just following the wall to get right back up top. They're going to start healing. Big Bird Blows, 23 stacks. And this Medivh becomes so much more powerful once this 40 stack is hit. 25 now. Just needs 15 more without a death. As Ape Monkey and Hero just kind of trying to push into each other. Hero's even trading their HP just for a little bit of poke damage onto the cannon tower. But now Jazz looking for Xanthanarum, but will get hit by the Detainment Strike. Not going to be able to go in with that. As the Cure just trying to push Big Bird Blows away. But another Arcane Rift is going to come through. But now Xanthanarum is going to be getting caught out a little bit. Gets pushed backwards. Is protected and will get healed. But will they be able to trade him back? They have the blind. But the staggering blow on Xanthanarum. Xanthanarum somehow still alive. Big Bird Blows just trying to DPS, has the extra protect, and will actually be alive with the teleport, saving Private Xanthanarum. I can't believe they actually did that. Last game we had a super exciting game with like 30 kills by 10 minutes. This game we're going to watch everyone saving each other, and Big Bird Blows gets the 40th Arcane Rift. And that's permanent. Once the 40 stack is hit, they cannot lose it again. So now level 7 already hit on Heavy Hitters, and they are starting to get a little bit of an XP lead. It's not big, but it is there. As the siege camp going to get finished off by Mundane Zebra, and also going to get matched on the side of Heavy Hitters. However, the camp has already been started. 20 seconds remaining. Now the portal is coming through, protected as well. They will be okay as Big Bird Blow is just trying to poke them down. Tezupaco trying to walk in as well. They will be able to take the camp back, but that's going to be 14 seconds towards the channel. And now these forts, or these cannon towers, are going to help clear away the siege camp. So now heavy hitters will have the naturalized push. But over on the top side, we have Mundane Zebra just going to be knocking down this top lane wall. And the push in the bot lane as well, as Heroes trying to do it. However, Xanthanarum trying to lock in and will be able to collect the camp just before the Cure and Azuriel were able to prevent it with a Sonic Arrow. But both camps have been taken, and this will favor heavy hitters. Now Heroes trying to stop them from coming back. Drunk Unicorn just trying to delay. And the longer they delay, the better spot they will be in. Now Big Bird Blows just constantly trying to keep them away. And now it's 10 seconds to 5.8. Allies have retaken it, so now it's just going to be on this right side. Heavy hitters trying to lock it in, and now they have the advantage. Now Heroes starting to get quite low, and it seems they will be able to do it. The first set of cavalry is going to be coming through for heavy hitters. Detainment Strike not going to land, as Big Bird Blows just still trying to be an absolute nuisance. I guess the same as the Cure, as Ape Monkey and Mundane Zebra both pretty low. Ape Monkey doesn't have the doesn't have the tap. But over on this bot side, they are now pushing for this wall, for this fort. They're going to be blinding Jazz and Hero. And Tezupaco just kind of standing there tanking Hero's damage. Doesn't really care. Knows that with the Oriole, they'll be able to out-heal any poke. But now they're able to get the pullback, and a lot of damage coming through. Hero down to about quarter HP. Detainment Strike is going to land, but we'll throw them into the fort. The bot side wall is already gone. Hero starting to get so low. Just needs a little bit more damage. Tezupaco and Xanthanarum will be able to finish it off. And now they have the route as well onto Jazz. And with this cavalry, they may even be able to finish off this entire fort over on the bot side. They no longer have Hero on the Sonya to try and defend it. Big Bird Blows also looking for Azuriel. A couple more autos and we'll be able to get it, but we'll get traded back. That's going to be a 1-for-1 happening in the mid lane as level 10s have been unlocked. The bot side 4 did get finished off. Mundane Zebra was able to just clear away that top side cavalry. But it looks like the side of heavy hitters, they're waiting for this boss to spawn. Once Hero's able to knock out this cavalry, the boss will spawn and they're going to take it immediately. Ape Monkey just shoving out the top side in the meanwhile, and the boss has spawned and the boss take has begun as well. Xanthanarum, Tezupaco should have enough damage for this. It's going to be a little bit difficult, especially since I don't believe you can blind the boss. So no bonus damage coming out from this Cassia. But now Big Bird Blows is here as well, and that should help the DPS quite a bit. Hero's going to be able to scout it, but I don't think there's really anything Hero can do about it. Hero is alone. If it was still full HP, they could definitely contest it, but it's not, unfortunately. So Hero just going to poke it out. Lava Wave going to get utilized over in the mid lane by Ape Monkey, as Ape Monkey's also going to take the siege camp. The siege camp was answered by Mundane Zebra. Or I should say this is the answer. Solid School were the first ones to get it. Now, the Cure just trying to dismount everyone. Once again, being the super annoying Lucio. But they're all going to take the portal. And it looks like they want to try and get the double boss play, because someone does have to deal with this boss. And if not, if they do contest top, that means that they're not going to be able to defend properly against the bottom. It is just Hero there. Mundane Zebra takes a little bit of poke. And Drunk Unicorn will heal them back up to full. Xanthanarum just consistently taking poke, but Drunk Unicorn able to heal them back up. And that's just to get that extra little bit of poke damage coming out from the trait. I believe it's called the Avoidance. But now the fight is starting. Mundane Zebra going to be throwing them back. But the ultimates are all going to miss. Drunk Unicorn still alive. Xanthanarum is in the cocoon. But now they have the ley line seal to prevent the fight. Xanthanarum will have a little bit of time to just walk away during all this. And they have the teleports, and they will be safe to back away. The boss died in the bot side, got a good chunk of the wall. But Ape Monkey's still shoving out mid lane. And they can just run it back. They have a big wave in the bot lane. They have a very low fort in the mid lane. So heavy hitters, they could just get started right on it again. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Tezupaco and Xanthanarum and Drunk Unicorn once again just getting onto the boss for the second time. But now the Cure getting poked down by Big Bird Blows. However, not happening quite yet. The second fight is going to be starting here. Mundane Zebra trying to get the staggering blow into the wall. Tezupaco has the condemn on a 3. There's no follow-up. The Impale. Iron Skin is coming through. And now they do have the teleport. Tezupaco not going to be able to get into it, but is protected and will be able to get to the safety of the fort. Now the Cure just trying to get onto Big Bird Blows. And it's a little bit of damage per auto, but when you're constantly autoing the backline, it starts adding up. Now Lava Wave gonna be coming through just to help clear out all of these minions. And it's a decent bit of XP as well. Was this timed correctly to get the next wave? No, it looks like it was used more for defense, but now the fight is breaking out. Big Bird blows, is in a bad spot, gets hit with the Impale, is protected, gets hit by the arrow as well, but now the Crystal Aegis trying to keep them alive. And now the Valkyrie is going to come through, but Tezopaco trying to stay alive. Xanthanarum able to jump away, and somehow they haven't gone down, goes into bird form. But now Tezopaco is in the middle. Drunk Unicorn is stunned up and is caught out as well, and they're able to get 2, they're able to get 3. Drunk Unicorn will follow, and that is going to be a 3-0. However, Ape Monkey able to prevent the start of this objective. And they will be able to defend against that at least. But it does look like the boss by a Solid School is going to get taken. And with that, they have a little XP lead as well. It's about a half level so far. And I believe with the boss, it will definitely grow a little bit more. Now, Jazz definitely takes a lot more damage from this boss than they do over on the side of Heavy Hitters. So now Hero and Xanthanarum just kind of matching each other mid lane, trying to prevent any kind of push. And the camp has been taken, by the way, so it's already at 15 seconds. Mundane Zebra looking for the play, but they're able to hit the staggering blow. Hero is going to jump in as well. They're hitting on Tezopaco, but they have the Detainment Strike, and Hero going to get caught out, but it's spinning. There's no more stuns to cancel it, or is there? Blessed Shield is coming out, and now the Dragon Arrow over top, and they're able to take down Hero, and they're still fighting. But now they have taken the cavalry, but the Cure also gets taken out of the backline. And in the meanwhile, the Valkyrie is going to be pulling in Mundane Zebra, but Xanthanarum starting to get low, but Drunk Unicorn able to get the healing just in time. They managed to get the Detainment Strike into Jazz into the wall, but not enough DPS to finish it off. And with the Hog Wild, we'll be able to back away. It's just Jazz stuck on our enemy lines as the boss takes down the fort. Now, does Jazz have an escape here? Ape Monkey will be able to get the slow and will not be able to get the Burrow Charge over the wall. And with that, that should be the kill. Now, Tezopaco will be able to pull them back, has the extra slow, and that will be the kill. But the objective did go the way of a Solid School, and the boss has been pushing this entire time with no one matching it. So these cavalry, they'll definitely be able to get some value out of it. They already got this bot lane wall, and look at how many minions they have. The bigger the wave when you have the cavalry spawning, the more value you get out of it. As now Big Bird Blows is trying to match over in the mid lane, and I think that this cavalry may be able to get it taken down. Tezopaco is going to come here just to help defend against the staggering blow, just to delay the DPS onto this this cavalry. But now Dragon Arrow over to the boss side. Ape Monkey is alone, trying to walk away. It's going to be protected, but they have the teleport, and Ape Monkey will be safe. But all 3 forts going to get taken down by a Solid School, so it's a very big play for them. They lost the fight, but they were able to win out on every other aspect of that exchange. And now Big Bird Blows just trying to scout things out. They see Mundane Zebra on the siege camp as we're getting the bird's eye view of the siege camp being taken. And a Solid School also starting to sneak the boss in the bot lane. The rest of the side of Heavy Hitters, they're hitting their siege camp. But the boss camp's definitely a little bit more value. And that is going to get taken down once again. And a Solid School, there's no buildings nearby, so they will have to push this in towards the bot lane wall. But they definitely could start looking for that. Xanthanarum trying to poke with the Lightning Furies. And is in a bit of a difficult position. They could look towards Xanthanarum for the fight here. But Jazz a bit hesitant to go in with the rest of Heavy Hitters behind them. Now the siege camps are pushing in. Mundane Zebra is getting low. And also, I just realized Alien Suit was used to steal that. So Big Bird Blows actually managed to steal that. But now with the passive, they will be able to defend against this boss. And it doesn't seem like there will be any lasting damage. I'm not even sure if this boss will be able to get to the wall. They just, if they can delay it to get one more stomp, maybe that'll be enough. Now they're walking forward. And one smack. And that's all they get. One auto attack onto the wall. One thing that's commonly forgotten is getting the wave pressure in the bot lane is also pretty valuable. So having that on its own is good for a Solid School. They now have full pressure and full vision over in this bot lane. Maybe not in the jungle, but definitely at least in the lane. Now Lava Wave gonna get utilized top, just going to clear everything away and prevent the split push coming out from here. Now Tezopaco looking for the play. Leyline Seal not going to land onto Azuriel. And Azuriel trying to position near the wall and is going to try jumping away, but it's not in time. And now the Cure is stuck. Blessed Shield gonna get utilized as well. They're able to get 2 picks instantaneously. Now Hero gonna be tanking up these forts, these cannon towers. but still not going to be able to get too much value out of this push because it's still slow without a minion wave. Now Jazz is going to be getting taken down quite low. Xanthanarium going to be getting hit into the cocoon. Leyline Seal used for Jazz. Jazz starting to get low. Just one more auto, and they will be able to finish off Jazz. Now, Mundane Zebra, in the meanwhile, is just shoving at this mid lane. And look how much value they're still able to find on a solid school, even when they're the ones on the back foot. And now, Mundane Zebra also going to get stuck. Detainment Strike into the wall, and Xanthanarium with the last hit with the Lightning Fury. That's going to be another big kill for them. And the next set of cavalry will be coming through soon. And hopefully that should be the last of this mid fort. It's been on fire for almost 10 minutes now. And I think it would just be mercy to get rid of it. But now, Big Bird Blows just watching Hero and Azuriel take this down. And Leyline Seal once again to steal away the siege camp. Oh, that's toxic. But now I'm just walking up to the mid lane. And one more Lightning Fury should do it. Ooh. I was off by 53 HP. One more Lightning Fury, not even needed. But they do have the mid lane fort. Lava Wave gonna get utilized in the top wave just to make that push be even stronger. And when it comes to taking down walls, Lightning Fury build is very powerful for it. Gonna be able to hit onto both of these cannon towers and onto this gate. But now they're looking for this mid lane keep as well, and that could be the extra advantage to get out of it. Now they have the protect onto their tank, onto Tezopaco, but now Big Bird Blows just throwing down the Arcane Rifts over top. And Leyline Seal to prevent 3. And with that, they should be able to have more than enough damage. The level 20s are here, but now Jazz is getting jumped upon, and Jazz is getting burst. 40 HP and will get hit by the shield glare. But now they have the Blessed Shield, lands on the cure. Can they follow up? Detainment Strike not going to land. Dragon Arrow lands on the 4, and the Shockwave over top does land onto Drunk Unicorn, but there's not enough follow-up. 2 lanes are now gone. They're looking to end the game. This could be a domination. Can they defend? As Leyline Seal going to stop the Hero from defending, but now they're still fighting. Azuriel not able to get away. They're trying so hard, but their core is running out of HP, and it's going to be a domination as Heavy Hitters win game number 2. And I'll be honest, I was not expecting the game to end just like that. But Heavy Hitters, they did it. They got the domination, 4 points for themselves. And game number 2 was a lot, well, it was definitely less close, but game number 1 was ridiculously close. Very solid performance coming out from both these teams. Both these teams look really good right now. The pacing of play is what I want to see from these top heroic teams. And I think both of them are able to bring it out right now. I'm going to quickly message someone, see if I can get a an interview going. Give me one moment as I do look for that. In the meanwhile, I'm just going to hop on into the lobby. And it does look like someone will be coming, so let me just swap these over. And we are waiting for one person, and we are joined here. Hello, hello. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. It's the most fortunate day to hit heavily.
Yeah, 100%. And for those of you wondering, I am joined here by Xanthanarium, the assistant captain of Heavy Hitters, who was on the Cassia last game.
Yeah.
Now, congratulations. I believe this was your first map win as well coming into the Heroic Division this season. And
we did take a map off of another team. I don't
oh,
remember
you have? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess my standings didn't update correctly, so my apologies for that. But either way, this was a domination against a solid school who was sitting up at 11 points before this game. And how does that feel?
Oh no, I'm crazy. We didn't win a map. You're right. That felt good. I mean, you know, we had for those who've watched the Heavy Hitters a while, we had momentum in ages past. We used to win games, but we've been cursed for a while. Ever since Gecko left us, we've been doomed to wander the low ranks of each division. But no, it's all coming back, baby. It's all coming up heavy hitters.
Let's go. That's what we want to hear. I'm sure that's what everyone wants to see. And okay, obviously game 2 was fun and all, but let's talk more about that first game on Brax's holdout. That game was absolutely insane. And first question I have, how high were the heart rates?
Mine was reaching into the 200s. Can't speak for the rest of the team.
Yeah, that entire game was just inches away from being won by both teams for a solid 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm also, I might just look back to look at the previous record for kills by 10 minutes. Because you were up, I believe, at 24 or something like that. But it was more than 2 a minute.
Yeah, that sounds right. I mean, on this team, we set all kinds of records. Time dead, number of deaths, levels down. That's one that we like. Objectives lost, yeah.
Those are definitely the big records you want to hold on to, hopefully.
Yeah.
But with that, what was the communication like, especially at the end there? Because Hero and I believe it was Hero and Azuriel were trying to backdoor you basically the entire time. They had 2 very good pushes where they were trying to end. And you were in a position where if you were able to defend it, you could have ended through bot lane. So what were the comms like during that play, if you know which one I'm referring to?
I believe top lane was the one that lost to keep first. But
yeah. This was after the
yeah.
keep was already gone. They still had 2 or 3 pushes where they were definitely threatening to end the game. But you're also already killed 2 or 3 members on the other side of the map, so...
Yeah, I mean, everything was pretty tense. There were a lot of people talking, like not talking over each other, but it felt like a well-oiled machine in that moment of like one person saying like Tomb's down or something, another person saying, "Oh, Falstad's over here," and it definitely felt in that moment like everybody was on the same page, which is a rare and treasured experience in a team game.
Yeah, and definitely
your team is actually yeah.
So one thing I've always been not curious about, but one thing I've always been passionate about is in the top teams, the way I usually differentiate it isn't even mechanical ability, but it's pacing on macro play. And how do you feel you guys have been doing with that? Because A Solid School has always been good at that, and you've been able to match them today. Is this something you've been practicing, or is this something that just today it hit? Today it finally worked?
I would say that in a lot of our recent practice games, Storm League only, baby, we've been working on that. I mean, it's been a long running project, right? Where we always used to just rely on taking every single fight, no matter how insane, and winning it through sheer mechanical skill, and then never having to worry about macro. And we pick heroes like Rag to help and make up for that. But definitely, I would say that the team's gotten better over the last few seasons about calling out lanes where XP is about to be missed, being on the camps on time. And I think today was a kind of culmination of those efforts, for sure.
Well, it was definitely visible. The pacing was immaculate. It was a very high pace, and it's exactly what I want to see from the highest division in the NGS. Now, I have 2 final questions for you. One might be a hard one. One should be a little bit easier. But question 1, where do you think you'll end up at the end of the season?
Storm Div.
Storm
Div. We're bringing it back. It's just going to be us. We're going to be the only people in it, and we're going to win it.
Definitely not the answer I was expecting, but I have absolutely nothing to say in return. I think you can do it. I think if you keep practicing, I think you'll be able to bring it back and win Storm Div.
Great. I'm so glad.
And the second and final question, to all your fans out there, do you have anything to say?
The Darkest Dungeon quote that came to mind at the end of that game, I believe it goes, "These monstrous fiends can be felled. They can be beaten." I can't do a good voice, though.
That was really good. I don't know what you're talking about. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations on your domination victory, and good luck next week.
Yeah, thank you for casting.
Yeah. Thank you for waiting for me because I am so glad I didn't miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GG.
GG. Have a good night. And with that, we will be ending our stream shortly. And before we do, I would like to give one final shout out to the sponsor of today's stream, Match Masters. Match Masters is a competitive match 3 puzzle game. Click the link, download, hit a few of these simpler goals, and it helps me out a lot as a caster, helps me out a lot as a streamer. So if you want to support me for free, that is the #1 way besides just watching these games. Now, with that being said, that'll be the end of today's stream. Thank you very much for watching me, and I'll be back here tomorrow night with some more NGS action. So hopefully I'll see you there. Have a good night.